Hello everyone, this is Nitish and we have started an initiative called Plump series, which is Prelims Level Up MCQ series. Here we discuss 5 MCQs daily and this will help you in your UPSC preparation. Today is episode number 123 and I am dealing with Economics MCQ. Before starting this class, I would like you to please subscribe the channel and also like and comment on videos. These contents are free of cost, so for test series and foundation video, you can contact to Vice Sir on WhatsApp 7200 So let's begin. Today's MCQ number 1 is, in the context of India, which of the following events may widen current account deficit? Which means that you should know, or if you have the idea about current account deficit, then you can easily answer this question. So statement number 1 is elevated global commodity price, which means that the event which leads to widen current account deficit. So I am talking about the event. Number 2 is growing uncertainty surrounding capital inflows, widening of trade deficit, higher domestic demand. So you have to identify the correct answer. Option A is 1 and 2 only, option B is 1 and 3 only, option C is 1, 2 and 3 only, and option D is all of the above, which means that 1, 2 and 3. So I will provide you 10 seconds, try to answer this question and write it in the comment section. So its correct answer will be option D, which means that all the events mentioned in the question widen the current account deficit. Now let's look at the solution. So before going into the statement, first we should know what is current account deficit. So current account deficit is a measurement of country's trade where the value of goods and services it imports exceeds the value of product it exports. The value of goods and services it imports exceeds the value of product it exports, which means that the country is exporting some product, so the total value of product it exports, if it is lower than the total amount of goods and services it imports, it means that current account deficit has taken place. Now let's look at the statement 1, 2, 3 and 4. So statement number 1 and 2 are correct because elevated global commodity price, revival in real economic activity driving highest domestic demand, and growing uncertainty surrounding capital inflow may widen current account deficit. That's why the statement number 1 and 2 are correct. Now statement number 3 and 4 are also correct because India's current account is likely to turn to a deficit with rising domestic demand resulting in higher import growth compared to that of export. The higher import compared to export will lead to trade deficit, which will further lead to current account deficit. That's why the statement number 3 and 4 are also correct. MCQ number 2. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Quantitative easing measures adopted by central bank involves selling of government security to commercial bank and private entities. Statement number 2. Tapering is the incremental reversal of a central bank's quantitative easing strategy designed to boost economic growth. So you have to identify the incorrect answer, which means the incorrect statement. So option A, 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Here you have to identify the incorrect statement. So before answering this question, you have some idea about quantitative easing and tapering. And those who don't know about this, they can also attempt this question and I will explain these things in the solution part. So I will provide you 10 seconds, try to answer this question. So its correct answer will be option A, which means that statement 1 is the incorrect one. Now let's look at the solution. Both quantitative easing and tapering are monetary policy strategy used by central bank to keep credit flow to the economy. Now let's look at the statement number 1, why it is incorrect, because the quantitative easing is an occasionally used monetary policy which is adopted by government to increase money supply in the economy in order to further increase lending by commercial bank and spending by consumer. That's why the statement number 1 is incorrect one. Now let's look at statement number 2, which is the correct. Tapering is a incremental reversal of central bank's quantitative easing strategy designed to boost economic growth. Tapering efforts are aimed primarily at interest rate and at controlling investors' perception of what those rates will be in the future. If the central bank taper its operation too fast, it could push the economy into recession. If it does not taper its operation, then there is unwanted increase in inflation. That's why the statement number 2 is the correct one. MCQ number 3. Technologies such as coating and dusting and extrusions are used in which one of the following processes? Statement A, manufacturing of specialty steel, textile smoothing, rice fortification, and carbon extraction from atmosphere. I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question. So its correct answer will be option C, that is rice fortification, which means that technologies such as coating and dusting and extrusions are used in rice fortification. Now let's look at the explanation. Various technologies are available for rice fortification such as coating and dusting. For rice fortification in India, extrusion is considered to be the best technology. So now let's look at what is dusting and extrusion technology. Dusting is a fortification technology that adds micronutrients onto the surface of the rice grain. Dusting relies on electrostatic force to bind the fortificant in a dry powder form to the surface of the milled rice grain. And the second technology is extrusion technology, that is dry rice flour is mixed with a premix of micronutrient and water is added to this mixture. So these two technologies are basically related to rice fortification. MCQ number 4. With reference to liquidity management, regional rural banks are allowed to access which of the following instrument? Liquidity adjustment facility, marginal standing facility, call money market, issuance of shares, notice money market. So you have to identify the correct options. 1, 2, 3 and 4 only, 2, 3, 4 and 5 only, 1, 3 and 5 only, and 1, 2, 3 and 5 only. So I will provide you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question. So its correct answer will be option number D, that is 1, 2, 3 and 5 only. Now let's look at the explanation. Statement 1 is correct because liquidity adjustment facility has been extended to RRB. Here RRB means Regional Rural Bank. Liquidity adjustment facility is a tool used in monetary policy by the Reserve Bank of India. It enables banks to borrow money through repurchase agreement, that is repo, or bank to lend the RBI using reverse repo contract. Statement number 2 is also correct because marginal standing facility has been extended to RRBs. It is a facility allowed to be used by the banks. In this, the planned commercial banks can lend extra amount of immediate cash from the RBI by dipping into the statutory liquidity ratio collection up till a limit at a penal rate of interest. So here you can see that statement 1 and statement 2 are liquidity adjustment facility, marginal standing facility. Both the statements are correct. Now move on to further statements. That is statement number 3, which is also correct because call money market has been extended to RRB. Call money is also referred to as money at call. It is a short-term loan which is due to be paid immediately in a full as and when demanded by the lender. Statement number 4 is incorrect because issuance of share is not an instrument used for liquidity management by the RRBs. This is statement number 4, that is issuance of share. Now statement number 5, that is notice money market, is correct option because it has been extended to RRBs. It allows the money at notice. It is a short-term loan which is due to be paid after serving the notice under the notice money market. Funds are transacted for a period between 2 days and 14 days. That's why 1, 2, 3 and 5 are the correct statements, due to which option D is the correct answer. Now, last MCQ of today's class, MCQ 5. Angel investors means any person who proposes to invest in an angel fund and satisfy which of the following conditions. So here you have to identify the conditions. Condition 1. Has experience as a serial entrepreneur, has early stage investment experience, is a senior management professional with at least 10 years of experience. So here you have to identify the correct answer code. 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, and all of the above, that is 1, 2 and 3. I will provide you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question. So its answer will be option number D, which means that all the 3 conditions are true. Now let's look at the explanation. First, before going into the explanation, we should know what is angel investor. Angel investor means any person who proposes to invest in an angel fund and satisfy one of the following conditions. That is, an individual investor who has net tangible assets of at least 2 crore rupees excluding value of his principal residence, and who, now the subbits are which I put it in the question, has early stage investment experience, has experience as a serial entrepreneur, is a senior management professional with at least 10 years of experience, and I put those statements in the question. That's why the option D, that is 1, 2 and 3 is the correct option. So thank you for today's episode. Next episode will be tomorrow, so please subscribe and stay tuned.